Percival. My God, look at you. You're an old man now.
You're no hatchling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say...
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Starfield.
Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down. Yeah, I can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
Makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being too much trouble.
A little more gunfire than I usually like on my delivery jobs, but nothing I couldn't manage.
That's certainly not what I was expecting you'd have to go through. But thank you. I'm just glad you both came through intact. So, were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's gonna take to access our old terrormorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the Cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? And House Varun somehow? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the Cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. They've agreed to hear us out on two conditions. One, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And two, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti. With both of us.
The cabinet? What's that?
The Cabinet's the UC's highest governing body. The President, top military brass, scientific and diplomatic division heads. Any major decision the UC makes goes through them. They're the only real chance we've got of unlocking the archives. So without their blessing, we're flying blind.
What's the archives and what's it have to do with the Freestar Collective and House Varun?
Well, when the Colony War came to a close 19 years ago, with the signing of the Armistice, 3 factions were involved in the negotiations. The UC, Freestar, and House Varun. They made a lot of decisions about what sort of tactics should and shouldn't be permitted in future conflicts. All information related to the things they decided should be banned was locked away in the archives. Now, it's possible to get things out of there, but only with the agreement of members from all 3 factions. And as to what our research is doing in there, well, I'll get to that.
Doesn't sound like any run-of-the-mill data you're after. I'll take that explanation now.
Of course. You deserve the full story. Percival and I, we're not just researchers. We were military scientists, ran a division of the UC together that deployed aliens on the battlefield as weapons.
Place I was hiding out. That was our unit's home base.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC xeno-warfare. A practice that's been banned ever since the Armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what we'd done.
Still doesn't explain what this terrormorph data is doing in the archives.
Well, it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to explore deploying terrormorphs on the battlefield. The project never got off the ground, but the data our team gathered is now sitting in the archives, along with all the other information banned after the Colony War. Under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic factions still participating in regular politics. But if we can convince the cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher what exactly this sample might mean. And hopefully, how to prevent more attacks like the one that spawned it.
Why wouldn't the cabinet agree to help us?
I mean, I hope they will, given the evidence we've acquired. But getting the Freestar Collective and House Varun on our side, that won't be easy.
Since neither group is exactly on great terms with the UC at the moment, for various reasons.
Exactly. It's going to mean negotiations and deals and plenty of diplomatic legwork to see this through. But I don't see a better option to solving what's going on here. So it's gonna be up to us to get them on board.
Okay, then let's go talk to this cabinet.
All right. I'm gonna go get this work up into the cabinet's hands. I'll meet you out front of Mast in New Atlantis.
Good luck. You two are gonna need it.
Well, you're not coming? I'm surprised you had nothing to say, Sarah.
Was that Percival walking through there with you? Oh, glad to see he's still kicking. Not a lot of folks would have stuck their necks out for a stranger like that.
Weren't you the guy that was just like, give me that research notes?
The miners pretty much run the lower levels here.
Man, you guys walk slow. Oh, I met an old friend, Percival.
Stay away from the sixth circle of the line.
Okay, so before I leave Mars, I was gonna quickly help that miner dude. We'll quickly go apply for this job. And we'll get the assistant job. And then do the...
All right, Captain. Where are we headed next?
Tick the yes on his equipment. So then the miners get better equipment.
All thrusters firing.
We're at Deimos. Deimos is a space station. I didn't mean to do that.
Welcome to Deimos Star Yard. If you have business, feel free to dock.
Okay.
All right, let's cycle that airlock and get aboard.
The UC is watching over this star yard like a hawk, so we should watch our step.
How can I be of service, Captain?
Hey, Vasco.
When humanity finally left the cradle of Earth behind, the United Colonies was born. Intrepid explorers and valiant colonists used Deimos starships to venture into space. When they used
Deimos builds some of the toughest ships in the settled systems. That's probably why the UC Navy continues to contract with them to this day.
the United
Job posting. Executive assistant. Seeking a highly motivated individual to assist the executive in charge of mining operations in day-to-day responsibilities. Prior executive assistant experience preferred, but not necessary. Must be willing to relocate to Sidonia. Internship is unpaid, with option for permanent role at the end of contract. Providing administrative assistance, which may include drafting and editing communications on the executive's behalf and keeping memos, managing the executive's daily calendar, organizing meetings and appointments, performing minor accounting. Required skills and qualifications: strong interpersonal skills, written and verbal communication skills, time management and organization skills, ability to proactively solve problems and make decisions in the interest of the executive, ability to multitask. Okay. How many years of experience do you have as an executive, administrative, or other corporate assistant? Let's go 5. Now 1 to 4 years. What is the highest level of education you have completed? Let's go master's degree. You will now be asked a series of questions to help us assess your competence for this role. Please answer honestly to the best of your ability. The executive wants you to bring them a whiskey neat. What does that mean? Trick question: executives aren't allowed to drink on the job. A VIP arrives at the office for a meeting with the executive, who is inexplicably running late. What should you do? Offer drinks, apologize, assure that the executive will return soon. Malfunction prevents the executive starship from starting up, and they need to go to an important off-world meeting soon. What course of action do you take? Use the company credits to immediately charter an expensive luxury craft. Yeah. While handling the executive's email, you come across a message from someone claiming to have damaging information about the executive. What should you do? Ask the executive how they want it handled, then never speak of it again. The executive contacts you and asks you to see them in their office in the middle of the night. You can tell they are drunk. What do you do? Immediately go to their office, take care of them until they sober up. Submit application.
I wish Deimos was exclusively a military contractor.
Deimos ships are responsible for countless victories. They're a true piece of history.
You can get all these ships in the
No other
game,
ship
can't you?
can hold a candle to a Deimos. It's not even close.
I do want to try and build my own ship, but I haven't done that yet.
If you want to survive out there, you've come to the right place.
Enjoy your stay.
Wow, they've got a whole back room. It's very cool looking out there and seeing space. This is amazing.
You should be honored to step foot in here.
Marshmallow treats.
That feeling of sitting in the cockpit of a longsword?
Come, Vasco.
Let me know when you're ready to launch.
We're launching now, Sarah. I'm guessing we just go back to Mars.
All green on release. We're free to fly.
Don't worry. We're gonna make sure you get that job. Trust me, this is the best shot we've got at getting that request approved.
I filled out the executive assistant application.
Okay, now we need to ensure you get hired. Basically, we'll need to make sure you're the only choice. To do that, you'll need to get access to the HR terminal in the corporate office upstairs on the main level. If you delete the other applications from the system, you'll be a shoo-in.
Isn't HR going to think it's odd all the applications were deleted?
Believe me, if you knew Tia, you wouldn't worry. I'll be honest, she's so overworked and behind in her tasks that I don't even think she knows there are any applications. That's a good point, though. Once your application is in, I'll ping her and ask her to take a look to see if any applications came in for me. That should get her to finally take a look, see yours, and if all goes well, she'll hire you on the spot.
How can I gain access to the HR computer?
I happen to know that the HR director, Tia, and the other women in the office tend to go to the Broken Spear for happy hour at 5 every evening. That's your window of opportunity.
Okay, sounds easy enough. I'll do it.
That's the spirit! Believe me, this is gonna help everyone. By the way, the HR password is password spelled backwards, which Tia thinks is pretty clever. She gets talkative during happy hour, and loud. Surprised everyone doesn't know her password, honestly. Anyway, should be pretty easy. Good luck.
That's hilarious. Password spelled backwards. How do I know the time?
How's it?
Did you know Deimos makes the majority of the ships for the UC Navy? If you ask me, that's a hell of a lucrative contract.
I think everyone's
This
out.
is a courtesy reminder that despite the low gravity on Mars, a fall into Sidonia's lower level is still likely to
Messages. Mining equipment. I know this isn't the right place to bring this up, but I can't seem to get a response from Peter. Our tools are falling apart and we really need new ones. Can you ping him maybe? Throw a wad of paper at him to get his attention? Something. He's an executive, for crying out loud. I know he's someone's rich son, but this is getting ridiculous. Company reminder. Due to new regulations in the United Colonies market, all new ships from January 1st, 2331 onward require coolant pumps grade E or above. We should be compliant as of last year. But please triple check all coolant pump purchases and installations so we can continue to bring our products to all citizens in the settled systems. Search. Where to find good whiskey. He's at it again. Peter seems to think the messaging program is some sort of search function again. At least he's using the computer, I guess. Gilly. Job applications. Oh look, there's me. Top candidate. Strongly recommend extending an offer to this candidate for the position quickly before they go somewhere else. I would have got the job anyway. This candidate answered questions adequately but stumbled on question 4. Other candidates show more promise. Hold on to this application in case no other candidates take the job. Candidate's proficiency seems high based on test questions, however, would prefer candidate with more experience. Keep application on file. Test scores are perfect, but lack of experience and education are a major concern. Consider for a temporary contract if no other options exist. Nyla. Completed test questions with perfect scores. This would be an ideal candidate, but there are concerns that they may be overqualified.
In injury or death. Please exercise caution near balcony edges.
He didn't care that I was here?
Don't worry. We're gonna make sure you get that job.
I did it. I made sure I was the only applicant.
And I can say that I've got some good news for you. I just saw the company message go out that you've been hired as Peter's assistant. Congratulations.
What happens if they figure out what we're doing?
They won't. I'll tell you a little secret. No one really cares too much. I'm not saying anyone's bad at their job, just that everyone's too busy and overworked to care. Seriously. No worries, mate. I've been here long enough to know how they operate up there.
Don't you feel bad about the other applicants?
Not really, and neither should you. Either those applications were old and those people have moved on, or as soon as you disappear after this, they'll get to hiring again.
I'm ready for the next step of your plan.
Next step should be easy. Just go to work for Peter, and when you get access to his terminal messages, you'll see my request. All you've got to do is approve that request, and we'll be right on with it. Then, we can get that new equipment and show corporate how it's done.
Okay.
It's amazing how smoothly our mining operations run with me in charge. I can't recall the last time we've had any major issues. Oh, you're finally back. I feel like you've been gone for ages. Do you know how tough this job is without an assistant?
I'm here now and ready to work.
Good. Now, let's make... You look a bit different than I remembered. Did you go to Enhance? No. Now I remember. They told me they sent me someone new. Anyway, they told me you were a strong candidate for this job. So, I'm looking forward to seeing how well you do. Well, enough chit-chat. Let's get to work.
Sure, just point me at the computer and I'll get to your messages.
Not quite. I need you to do something much more important before you get to that.
Oh.
I'm expecting a personal shipment. I'm not sure why, but the last time this happened, my assistant ended up speaking to Governor Hurst about it. Now, run off and get it for me.
What's in the shipment?
What's in the shipment? A good assistant knows it's not their place to ask. Bad assistants get fired. Mediocre assistants get... You know what? I forgot where I was going with this, but it doesn't matter. Just get it for me, will you? Also, I don't quite remember. But it is important, that I know. Have a good one.
Uh-huh. I can see why your other assistants left.
We got lots of stuff. Just ask.
Nope. In here.
Always nice to kick back at the broken spear after a long day.
I tell you, Sidonia's a great place to open up a business. We've really been booming lately, despite what the news media's been reporting. Ah, hello. Welcome. I don't usually have time to speak with random people off the street, but I'd be happy to help if it's something quick. What can I do for you?
Actually, there's something important I need from you.
Something important, huh? Well, lay it out for me.
Governor Hurst, I'm here on behalf of Peter Brennan.
Well then, you've been quite busy making a name for yourself, haven't you?
Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, it's okay. You can drop the act with me.
Interesting. It appears Governor Hurst is well aware of our exploits.
If by exploits, you mean what your friend is doing for Sidonia, and not your work for Constellation, Ms. Morgan, you're right on the money. So look, I admire a go-getter like yourself. You're not in trouble unless you make trouble, and I don't think you're the type. I know you're not really Mr. Brennan's assistant. I don't know exactly what you're up to, but I have little reason to suspect you're up to no good. So let's cut to brass tacks. What can I do for you?
How do you know so much about me?
Word travels fast around Sidonia. It's my business to know these things. Frankly, I'm not worried about you. As long as you play your cards right, it'll stay that way.
I'm looking for Mr. Brennan's personal shipment. He said you might know what happened to it.
Oh, I know exactly what happened to that shipment. However, I suspect Mr. Brennan neglected to tell you that I'm holding it due to his immense backlog of unpaid taxes. Then again, he may be unaware. Look, I'll tell you what. I'll release that shipment for you. But I'm going to need a favor first, since you seem to be adept at keeping quiet. See, my personal spacecraft was stolen, likely by Crimson Fleet pirates. I need someone to find it. Then I need that someone to destroy it. Discreetly. I need tight lips on this.
Why is it important to destroy the ship?
Well, this is a tricky situation indeed. Not to get bogged down in details, but assuming this is the work of pirates, it's best to destroy the ship and everybody on board. Makes it cleaner for insurance purposes.
If your craft was stolen by pirates, why not ask SysDef?
Oh, it's a few reasons. I don't want this mired in their process. Also, it's a bit of an embarrassment for a sitting governor to lose a ship, so I'd rather that not get out. I'm sure you understand.
Okay, deal. I'll do this for you and you get me that shipment.
Then we have an agreement. I'll send you to the ship's last known location. Remember, not a word of this leaves this room.
Okay. There's got to be something fishy about his bloody ship. Maybe he's like into dealing drugs or something.
Hey friend, don't mean to bother you, but I could really use some help here. Look, I just need some help. It is good to see someone out here. I've been drifting alone here for 2 days without help.
Lie. Let me on board. I'm Crimson Fleet pirate like you, and I'm here to help.
Wait, you on the account? Alright, come on board. I hope you've got some extra ship parts for repairs, because we're going to need it to get this thing back to base.
The pirates are on the ship.
Like a glove.
Was he telling the truth?
So, you're a pirate? Please. We know you're not really with the fleet. Word of advice? Learn the lingo before you attempt anything so stupid again. You've got two choices. We need ship parts to repair our busted craft drive. Hand them over along with your ship, and maybe we'll let you leave. Or we dust you and take it anyway. You've got to the count of 20 before I make that choice for you.
Yeah, or third choice, I kill you all and carry out the remainder of my mission.
Death it is!
Oh, they're down. Sarah, are you dead? Oh, I know. How did that not kill you all? Whoa, crap. Oh, Sarah, you still good?
I don't stock up on junk.
Coffee. Well, look, they're twins.
Oh, for God's sake, drop some of that rubbish already.
No. Open door. Who are you? This is it. My name is Sylvia Cholos. I have been drifting with no fuel for over a week now, and with no signs of rescue. To all those I have wronged, I wish I could say I'm sorry, but truth is, I don't know if that's true. This isn't how I would have liked to die, but the guilt and the uncertainty have driven me to take my own life. Goodbye. Who was that? I assumed that she got killed by the pirates, but she didn't. There was another note. A message from Hurst. I'm asking that you take care of the ship and anyone on board. I don't care how you do it. I just want to be rid of this problem before someone catches on. If someone finds out that I'm having an affair and that the woman involved ran off with my government-issued ship, I'm sure you would understand that it would be very bad for me. I like to get ahead of that and just chalk it up to a simple theft and destruction. I repeat, the ship must be destroyed, or we shall consider the terms of your payment null and void. So she was having an affair with him and stole his ship. So my guess is he stole. He went to the Crimson Fleet to get them to kill the lady and destroy the ship. But they got there, the lady was already dead. And I went to the wrong room. And they were just like, oh, we'll salvage the ship.
I sure hope you've taken care of our little problem.
Sure, little problem.
It's good to see you. I'm eager to conclude our business together.
I'm back. Now let's talk about your end of the deal.
Did you take care of my little problem?
I destroyed the ship. Whatever it is, your secret is safe.
Good. I'll release Mr. Brennan's shipment to you as promised. I'll even defer his taxes as a little bonus. You really helped me out of this bind. Don't take this the wrong way, but I hope I'm never in need of your help like this again.
Or maybe just keep it in your pants. Go talk to this douchebag. How did he even get this managerial
It's amazing
job?
how smoothly our mining operations run with me in charge. I can't recall the last time we've had any major issues. My shipment. Do you have it yet?
Yeah, here you go.
Ah, yes. I'll take that. Now, I've probably got some important messages I need you to take care of for me while I, attend to some other important matters at hand. You'll need my password. Remember, if you reply to anything, try to mimic my style and speech patterns. You know, for consistency.
What happened to your last assistant?
I don't know. At first I thought I had multiple assistants that rotated in and out, but it seems I've only ever had one at a time and they all just stopped showing up. I believe my last assistant was supposed to get me some coffee, but never came back. I honestly wasn't listening to whatever they were crying about. Have a good one.
Is there a way I can screw you over? So you lose your job? Messages. Meeting request. Mr. Brennan, I'm looking forward to meeting you to discuss our potential partnership. I know opportunities to buy Martian ore don't come up very often, so I want you to know I am willing to make a very generous offer. But let's discuss in person, shall we? My schedule is flexible, so tell me what works for you. Oh, I can't reply? Psych eval. Peter, your psychological evaluation turned up some interesting stuff. I think it would be good for you to come speak with me sometime so I can make sure you understood the questions properly and you can provide some clarity on your answers. For instance, I think you may have completely misunderstood question number 6. I'm not even sure that person works on Mars, let alone for this company. Let's chat a bit and try to resolve this so I can submit a proper evaluation. Shipment. Mr. Brennan, I'm writing to let you know that you have an outstanding tax balance. As a consequence, we've held up a shipment for you in hopes that it will motivate you to speak with us and come pay off your balance so that we can release it to you. As we value Deimos as a local business, we don't wish to see this escalated any further than it needs to due to a personal matter such as this. Thank you for your understanding. Hello, loser. Since I learned that you don't even check your work computer for actual work purposes, I realized I can say anything I want here and you'll never know. Blarg, boogity boogity boo. See, I can just say nonsense if I want and it doesn't matter. But here's some real truth for you. You've got a BO problem. You're lazy and incompetent. You're an entitled trust fund kid who lucked into your position because of who you know. But not even that, it's because of who your daddy knows. Yet they can't fire you because it'll be bad for the company for some reason. What a joke. You never even learned my name. I was your assistant for 3 damn years. It's Tim. It's not even hard to say. It's 3 letters. Working for you made me so mad. I'm glad I quit. I bet you didn't even notice. Tim. Poor Tim. I feel your pain. Current requests. PTO policy. Some of us, self-included, have been working hard here for almost 15 years, but we're still stuck with the standard 10 days off per calendar year. Now I'm grateful for the employment, but I've heard from some buddies back home that they get 15 days PTO once they hit 10 years of service. Any chance we could do the same? Thank you. Yes. Replacement mining equipment. Our current mining equipment is woefully insufficient to yield results matching our quotas. It's older than most of our miners. Our tools break down, they jam, and a lot of time is wasted on fixing them to operable condition. As you can see, we've been able to just barely match our current quotas as per the conditions you set, which should help make the difference in initial costs for this request. But if we have upgraded equipment, we'll be able to increase our mining yields by at least an additional 75%, which would increase our overall profits. Drink selection. I just want the company to offer some different drink options for the break area. Thanks. Yes. More drinks. Messages. Notes. I've gotten word from other executives that you haven't been replying to your messages in a timely manner. I'm writing this request in hopes that you or your assistant, when we hire one, might see it here and get on that. I'm not going to reply to that message. Hopefully he gets in trouble.
There's a huge difference between being prepared and carrying too much.
There's really not, Sarah.
Right then, assistant. Let's see. I know there's something I need you to do for me.
Yeah, I don't work for you anymore, dude.
I wonder what's taking Hank so long.
I'm back. I managed to approve your request.
I saw. Good work. See? I knew having someone on the inside like that would work out. I've already put it in order for the equipment. I was going to ask you to pick it up for me, but there's a problem. One of my guys, Hank Ferraro, offered to go. I tried to tell him he'd be more useful sticking to his job here, but he insisted, and he was already on his way out before I could stop him. But it shouldn't be taking this long. Just a quick trip to Gagarin and back. I'm concerned. I could use some help with this.
What do you think happened?
I don't know. Maybe he got hit by pirates. Maybe he's out of fuel, drifting. Maybe he just stopped for chunks. Anyway, something's up, and it doesn't seem good. Since you've proven yourself so skilled in so many ways, I was hoping to call on you for it. So, you in?
Why'd you let him go?
Hank's been a difficult employee, to be honest. More interested in showing off than doing good work. He's aggressive. He starts shit with the other employees. He's often late for work and so on. So this came up and I figured maybe he's trying to turn things around. Even though I was reluctant, I wanted to give him a chance. Now I'm questioning if it was a good idea.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, thanks. This is a huge help. You'll be happy to know I actually carved out some of the budget so I can pay you for all of your assistance. We don't currently have much information to go on. I'd suggest checking with Sidonia's ship services over at the starport first. They'd be the last person I know that's seen Hank. It's all I've got without sending you all the way to Gagarin to retrace his steps. Good luck.
Okay.
Mast would like to join Sidonia in celebrating over 275 years of living on Mars. The United Colonies are proud to support the citizens of Sidonia.
I bet he's gone off and bloody stolen the equipment.
Got anything you need to offload? Trade authorities always buy. Kiosk right here for you. Need some work done?
Cool helmet. I'm looking for information on Hank Ferrero. I was told he passed through here.
Let's see here. Hank. No one by that name. Oh, wait. Here we go. Henry Ferraro. Hank's gotta be his nickname. Yeah, he's been through here. Took his ship and departed. Actually, it looks like he came back into Mars space recently, but he didn't land here at the spaceport. The ship diverted and landed outside the city a ways.
Do you have any other information? Did Hank say anything when he departed?
Nothing out of the ordinary. Got a ship and left. Tried and failed to get a discount on fueling up. That's about it.
Why would he avoid landing at the port?
I've been doing this job for years, and I can't think of many reasons someone would come in for landing, but divert somewhere else. I've seen people try to offload some sort of contraband that way, but usually they don't do a flyby of the port before doing so. And scans would have picked it up, so I don't know. You're gonna have to ask them yourself, if you manage to track him down, that is.
Thanks. I'm going back to Trevor with this information and get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, something seems off about this. You're probably right that you need to work this out with your boss. Maybe some wires got crossed. Anyway, good luck and good day to you.
You have been very helpful, sir. So he is back on Mars, but he didn't land at the spaceport. So maybe he hid some drugs in the equipment? I don't know. I always think it's drugs.
I hope I didn't. I wonder what's taking Hank so long.
Ship services said that Hank returned but didn't land at the port.
That's a little suspicious. Why would he do that? Moreover, why wouldn't he return with the goods? Something's definitely up. I asked around while you were gone. Some of his co-workers mentioned there's been a little extra, well, Hank lately. In particular, he was cursing up a storm about work and about his co-workers. Said some things that make me think his intentions here were not pure. Anyway, he's not too bright. Maybe he's still here in Sidonia. Check the Broken Spear. He frequently goes there to drink. We need to get to the bottom of this.
What should I do with him if he's guilty of stealing the equipment?
Well, see if you can get him to admit it first, and if he does, see if you can get it back from him. If he resists, or otherwise won't tell you what we need to know, then we may have to turn him in. I trust that Sidonia security will bust him good, but he may not tell him where our stuff is. So see if you can at least get that out of him first.
You want me to rough him up if he's being difficult?
Hey, I'm not going to tell you how to do your job. I will say that I won't officially tell you to do anything to him. But he's been surly as of late, and always had a weird chip on his shoulder. So if it comes to that, you do what you need to do to protect yourself.
What would Hank do with all the equipment?
Dunno. Hank's kind of a weird guy. He never fit in with the team. Tended to act a little sketchy. Always figured he'd be done after one contract. Guy like Hank? Maybe he's just looking to sell it on the black market and earn an extra paycheck. Can't say for sure.
I'll try to find him and the missing equipment.
Remember, it's most important that we find out where the equipment is. We can always deal with Hank later. We've got to do it before we lose track of it, before it gets sold, moved, or worse. And we've got to hope to whatever higher power you believe in that it wasn't jettisoned into space. We've got our work cut out for us. Good luck.
What do you mean we have our work cut out for us?
Deimos Staryards acknowledges
I'm doing all the
efforts
work.
of its citizens to make our city a happy and productive place to work. Thank you for your daily contributions to our prosperity.
Keep it simple or keep to
You got a
yourself.
problem or something?
And everyone will be happy.
Ha! Just messing with you.
I got some questions for you, Hank, about the new equipment.
Questions, huh? Let me buy you a beer first.
No, first we talk. I don't need any distractions.
Suit yourself. Anyway, I seen you talking to Trevor. What's someone like you doing sticking your nose where it doesn't belong?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm just trying to help Trevor. You went to get the equipment but didn't return it.
You're right. I didn't want to bring it back, so I took it. I had to. Those guys all think I'm some kind of joke. And I'm stuck with this stupid 3-year contract. I can't afford to break it. So, screw Deimos, screw Trevor and all the other miners. Losing that equipment's the last straw for them. Did he tell you that? One last failure in a string of failures to meet quotas. It'll be layoffs for everyone, and I won't owe Deimos a damn credit.
How could you do that to your co-workers?
How could I? You'd do it too if your co-workers never took you seriously. I'm always showing them how much better I am than them, and all they do is laugh and talk behind my back. They think I don't hear them, but I do. They say I'm a show-off, that I'm not good at what I do. So screw them. This whole planet sucks. Everyone here is a friggin' loser.
That's a terrible plan. And now that you've told me, they'll arrest you.
Shit. You're right. Fine. You got me. You say I take you to the goods and we bring it back. You can even say you found it. Just don't turn me in, alright?
You should know I'm well armed and capable of defending myself if you go looking for trouble.
Relax, hotshot. I ain't gonna shoot you in the back, if that's what you're worried about. Just, follow me. We're going outside.
If it's any consolation, I don't trust this man either. I'll keep an eye on him.
Yep.
Working the deep mines. That's where you make the big bucks.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sorry about all the trouble.
Final particle detonation concluded. It is now safe to resume normal activity for the remainder of the day. Detonations to resume tomorrow morning.
So out of all the plans, I didn't think of that one. Because it's like so stupidly stupid. He's gonna get everyone fired. Oh, he's still here. Good. He has a red spacesuit. Got some junk in the trunk. Where are we going? Oh, he's so taking me out here to kill me.
Man, I'm impressed you figured it all out on your own. I thought I was being real careful. It was so easy, right? Boss man Trevor's so loud sometimes, you know? And I got good hearing, so I overheard you all talking about this equipment. I knew what it meant to everyone and how screwed they'd all be without it. And then Trevor just lets me go pick it up because he thought I was showing initiative. It really was the perfect plan.
No, it really wasn't. Oh, where did you put your shit?
You know, it's too bad. I bet I could have made bank on selling this stuff. What do you think? 500 grand? Cool meal, maybe? But where would I even have sold it? Not like I would have been able to march pallets of mining equipment down to Jane's without anyone noticing. Probably best for returning it, because what a nightmare that would have been trying to offload it. And trying to destroy it all would have been another huge pain in the ass. It's mostly metal, right? Was I thinking? I guess I could have flown somewhere remote and buried it, dump it all in one of the old mines and forget about it. But then you would have been real screwed, huh? Good thing you found me before I did that. Am I right?
I think you're a douchebag.
Almost there, all right? I had to park my ship off a ways so they wouldn't find it right away. I'm sure you get it. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Didn't think I'd be going all the way back so soon. At least you won't have to walk all the way back, eh? I mean, you know, maybe we'll take the ship back to port and let someone else unload it, save ourselves the hassle of hauling it all back ourselves. Anyway, see it just up ahead?
Uh-huh. Maybe I could steal his ship.
All right. That's enough. Now face me, so I don't have to shoot you in the back.
I am facing you. Shoot me? Why?
You didn't think I'd just reveal my plan and then let you walk away while knowing everything, did you? Damn, you're dumber than I thought.
No, you're dumber than I thought. Let's do this.
Shit. You knew.
Let's do this. Damn, was that absolutely necessary? Oh, you could have at least tried talking to Hank before you decided to kill him.
He shot me first.
If you're overloaded, we should stop and prioritize what we're carrying.
Can I steal his ship? Oh, inaccessible.
Welcome to Sidonia. Stay out of my way.
Any luck?
Well, I found out what happened with Hank and the equipment.
Oh, do tell. What took him so long?
Hank stole it in hopes you'd all get fired. Then he tried to kill me.
Well, I can assume how that went from the fact that you're here and he's not. He worked hard, but he was a dumb kid. I just never thought he'd be that stupid. Or dangerous. It's a real shame. But I'm glad you managed to resolve it and get back our equipment. I'll take it from here. You really saved our asses. I'm not sure how I would have explained to the suits that we lost all that new stuff. Thanks. If you're still looking to help us out, maybe check with Rivka. Seems to be having a rough go at it.
Okay. Let's go meet the council. Okay. We're back on Jamison in New Atlantis.
Captain! Over here! The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone.
What?
Of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus. Woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin. A title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
What? You're a clone of a man? How does that work?
A non-trivial amount of gene editing. Clone, honestly, isn't even really the right term for our relationship, thanks to the amount of donor material that was required to bring me into this world. He and I are different on more than a few levels, but there's no denying the fact we're inextricably linked.
Are there others from your program still out there? Other clones?
I'm the last. A few of my siblings, they passed when we were young. Training accidents and the like. But most of the rest were deployed to the front lines during the Colony War, and they never came back. Not a day goes by where I don't think about what the world would look like with them still in it.
This Ve Victus must have been an impressive commander for the UC to want to clone him.
He would have happily told you he was one of the greats. Ultimately, though, it didn't matter. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death, on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
Huh. What did your father do to merit being executed?
He had his men open fire on civilian ships during the Battle of Cheyenne. A battle that he ultimately ended up losing anyway, devastating the UC fleet and bringing the colony war to an ugly end for the UC. But he's also the one who ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport during their outbreak, condemning countless lives. Both sides agreed the settled systems would be better without him.
Huh. You're not your father. If the cabinet doesn't see that, it's their problem, not yours.
I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or, if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
So honestly, what are the risks of us accessing this data?
Eye strain from the amount of reading I've got on the horizon if we succeed. The terrormorph project never went anywhere. It couldn't. They're deadly creatures, but they aren't xenoweapons. The cabinet not opening the archives is probably a bigger risk than them handing over the files. That data itself isn't dangerous, which probably wouldn't be a bad point for us to bring up, should the opportunity arise.
Any suggestions on what I should say to the cabinet?
Well, thinking about it more, I suspect there'd be value in sharing the fact that the terrormorph project was, well, a failure. There's no need to be afraid of this data being weaponized. Knowing that should calm some of the cabinet's fears and make it easier for us to dispel any suspicions the other factions might have about our intentions.
Are you willing to tell me any more about your father?
I mean, we never spent a lot of time together. He was too busy being fleet admiral to deal with kids. I was raised by a pair of guardians instead. Until his defeat during the colony war, though, he was known as an extremely effective commander. Savvy, perceptive. That mind opened a lot of doors for him. And for me, too. But Victus, for all his ability, was heartless. Ruthless to a fault. In the end, that's what cost him his life.
Okay. Don't have any questions.
Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go.
Ah, Captain. Congratulations on joining the ranks of the Vanguard.
Thanks. You kinda look like her. Are you a clone? Are you a clone and you don't know it? Hey, how did you get in front of us?
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Hadrian made it clear that addressing this issue required the utmost urgency.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's terrormorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
We need the archival data to find a way to stop a possible terrormorph apocalypse.
That's quite the leap, Captain. Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, terrormorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask, how many deaths the cabinet requires to act? 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terrormorph seem at all alarming to you?
It tried to eat me. It wiped out a colony that never saw it coming. That's pretty alarming.
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
Yes, if the fear is the data being weaponized, the terrormorph program failed. The data is not dangerous.
It doesn't matter if it can be weaponized or not. The archives need to remain sealed for now. There's no reason to rush into a decision of this magnitude.
That? I hadn't thought of that, Captain.
An excellent point indeed. The other powers would likely be much more inclined to work with us knowing that. Chief Diplomat.
That point is a good one. Very well, you have my agreement. The galaxy is lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terrormorphs.
No freaking way.
More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
Yeah, do you see the urgency now, Sarah?
The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
About how I dealt with these things before. Do you guys have like automated turrets? Like wow, you can't go anywhere. Like, lock down the city.
You! The EM rifle, grab it! Now!
What is going on?
Stop! We're trying to help you!
Now hit him with everything you've got.
Hang on, I have to equip the thing. What was it? Was that it? It's the only EM thing I've got, so I'm guessing so.
I can't!
Stop.
Whoa. These rifles don't work. Can't I just shoot them?
Give it your best shot. You're done. You've got nothing. Nothing!
Oh, it's like putting them to sleep. Is there another one?
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the terrormorph's influence, weren't they?
What?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some terrormorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready.
Are you suggesting terrormorphs can control someone's mind?
I'm not suggesting. It's documented behavior. The result of the projection, though, can vary wildly. Some folks just shrug it off. Others hallucinate. And some lose control altogether. They'll lash out at anyone around them, but still be aware while they're doing it. Those cases, you'll either need to knock them out with EM fire, or free them by killing the terrormorph.
And you're only just telling me this now. So does this mean I need to worry about you turning on me?
I honestly was just wondering the same thing. But no, you don't need to worry about me. I've had a terrormorph try it on me before. I'm not susceptible. So we'll just have to make sure to watch out for each other down there.
Sounds like we need a hustle.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
I can't loot these guys, can I? They don't have anything on them.
God, no time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move!
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district.
It's not real.
All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
Could you imagine if these terrormorphs were actually real? They would totally wipe out humanity.
Back up! Don't just stand there! Good!
Oh, he's transforming? Oh, he's transformed now? Oh no, I'm transformed now.
Captain! You're going to be okay! It's not real! Whatever you're experiencing right now, it's not real! We have to
Watch out!
Ow!
Damn! I'm hit!
Oops, I think I hit those guys.
Please help me, please.
What if, like, the terrormorphs are just, like, misunderstood?
Stop here! Right in the arm!
Oh, this is creepy.
Here! I'm over here! Oh god! Please don't let me die!
Stop! Stop! Don't shoot! We're friendly!
Ooh.
Wait, officer? Are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before, huh? Well, I've got one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Barry, you've got terrormorph on your face.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with terrormorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here, but we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us.
Yeah, but like, if you turn on me, then... Are you sure you're not gonna turn on us out there?
We're not afraid, but we'll stay here and hold the line if that's what you want. You're the experts.
Yeah, we'll handle this, you stay put.
Your call. We're on the line.
Because then that's just more I have to deal with. And I won't have to worry about killing people.
I can handle this.
Whoa, what was that?
Check your six! It's one of them!
Dude, are you firing?
Hold on. Hold on. Don't let them get me.
There's one down. I wonder. Hey, Vasco. Oh, can you not come on? He's gonna run behind? Okay. Can I shoot it with this thing? Will this do more damage? Oh yeah! Way to go. Come on. Doesn't look like it's doing more damage. Whoa!
This is... It's here! It's here! Hide! Do it now! Damn it.
Get out of the way, Hadrian. Yeah, I think I was doing more damage with my gun.
Why did you leave us? Check your six! It's one of them! Think you can take me?
Although it wasn't attacking me when I was in the car.
They're going to eat you alive.
Watch out!
Oh no! I'm carded! I'm carded!
Over here. Please. You have to help me.
That's what I wanted to do to it.
Target down. Nice work, Captain.
It's over. Thank God. If these things reached the populated areas of the city, we would have had an absolute massacre on our hands.
Yeah. Whoops. Sorry, Sarah. Ah! Sorry, not sorry.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. Universe put the right people in the right place.
You're a little bit close, dude. You all held the line. You're the heroes, not us.
Certainly doesn't feel like it. I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the terrormorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
There's a thingy in there, but I can't go in there. This is really cool. They locked down the whole city. Hey, dude.
Whole building's on lockdown.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
We're
Yes,
counting
ma'am.
on you, Captain.
Ah, there you are.
Don't let my people's sacrifice
I
be
believe
in vain.
we have some things we should discuss.
The next time terrormorphs rear their ugly heads, the UC is going to be ready.
Captain? Hadrian? It would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology. Your concerns about the terrormorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Agreed. Thank you.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the terrormorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
Of course they do. Me? Why not send a diplomat? Someone trained for this sort of thing.
The Cabinet wants progress, and wants it quickly. You're already far more familiar with the situation than any diplomat would be. There's also no diplomat alive that can claim they helped keep a cadre of terrormorphs off the embassy doorsteps. The Cabinet was unanimous. They want you.
If you're sure that's the wisest course of action.
We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us?
You can count on me, ma'am.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
Captain, full backing to prevent more attacks.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for that thing.
Okay, everyone talk to me at once. I love that. Well, with that, I think I'm going to leave today's episode there. I hope you all liked this episode.
It's literally called the Narcissus, so yeah, I definitely think it's a vanity purchase.
If they actually wanted to explore the galaxy, they would have gotten a discovery.
Those citizens are so loud. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe. You guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one.